People are claiming that you can pay off your mortgage in record time, and I'm here to tell you it's possible. Now, before you switch off and claim it's a scam, what they're not telling you is that it's not in the traditional sense of saving money every week and paying off your mortgage after 30 years. I paid off my own mortgage in 6 years once I learned how to understand this chart, but more on that later. I used part of my income to invest in something else that had a chance to return value more than what I put in. This is called investing. Add to that stock market gains and you can see the growth in investments can outpace the mortgage repayments and eventually pay it in full. So having said all that, in this video let's talk about the asset classes I used that eventually paid off my mortgage. But before all that, what other videos don't show you is understanding the in-depth breakdown of mortgage repayments. Analyze the whole situation, how interest rates work and how they affect your repayments. Lastly, at the end, actions you can take to pay off your own mortgage quicker. What is up everybody, Gifford here. Welcome to my channel where I talk about stock market investing, personal finance in New Zealand and property investing. Please hit that like button to show that people actually watch my videos, and with that said, let's get on with it. So step 1 is understanding how mortgage repayments work. And to understand this, you need to know what an amortisation calculator is. An amortisation calculator is a financial tool that helps you determine how a loan, such as a mortgage, will be paid off over time through regular payments. It provides a detailed breakdown of each payment, showing how much of a payment goes towards the interest and how much goes towards the principal balance. The key features of an amortisation calculator are 1. The loan amount. This is the total amount of money borrowed. 2. The interest rates. The actual interest rate on the loan. 3 is loan term. The length of time over which the loan will be repaid, typically expressed in years. 4 is the monthly payment. The fixed amount paid each month to repay the loan. 5 is the amortisation schedule. This is a table that details each payment, showing interest payment, the portion of payment that goes towards paying interest. Principal payment, the portion that reduces the remaining loan balance. The remaining balance, the outstanding balance of the loan after each repayment. So a fun fact, if you have a mortgage payment of $500,000 paying 5% rate over the term of the loan, on average across 30 years, you'll end up paying $465,613 just on interest payments alone because of the cost to borrow money. It's not really a fun fact, it's pretty much a depressing fact, but anyway. And if you pay $100 extra every week, this can save $139,226 in interest payments because you're paying more money off the principal, which means in general less interest over time, and this will reduce your mortgage by over 7 years. Just a little tip, the bank will never reduce your loan when you make extra payments. They will simply reduce what you pay each week, which is correct. So what you should do, having done the hard work, is ask the bank to reduce the total loan period down to how many years you did the extra payments. The repayments will now increase with the new reduced mortgage period. This is what I was talking about when I shared this chart before. You save $139,224 in interest payments by paying $100 extra lowers the principal amount. Remember that when you're borrowing money from a bank, you're paying the principal and also the interest that they charge you over the years. Now we're into the computer using this calculator, which will be in the description. Let's see a full breakdown. So the example we're going to use is $600,000 house price, $120,000 house deposit, which is about 20%. Now you can get lower than this, but for this example, we're just using 20%. This will give us a $480,000 home loan, and let's calculate it using a 5% average interest over the rate of the loan. This will change, but obviously we're just gonna do this right now and keep it a clear 5% across the full term, which is 30-year mortgage. So this gives us a monthly breakdown of each payment, and you can see over the course of the first months that sadly you pay a majority on the interest and not much on the principal at all. This is because they calculate interest every day, which means it accumulates a lot faster. I know it's disheartening, however, over time I can tell you it's all worth it, and now you have a place to call home. The reason your interest is so high is because the initial loan amount is very, very high in itself. Unfortunately, house prices have only gone up. So important things to note is that interest rates do move over the term of the loan, so therefore those numbers will vary and you just have to recalculate each time. Mortgage payments will only decrease if you put extra money in each week, and the principal amount of the loan only starts to really get paid off, in my experience, after 7 years. So here is the serious stuff that not too much people talk about, which is really how you break down the loan over time. Here we can see is that we've got our example here, the $600,000 loan, $600,000 property, $480,000 loan, the deposit, interest, it's all in here, right? And then the down payments. And you can see over the life of the loan, so I've just used 2024, that a majority of this is interest payments, and that's really the disheartening part. But you can see here as it goes over time, you're actually paying more of the interest off, and then your 30-year loan. So now we're into the calculator. You can see the loan data here that I've already entered, and here is really the quick summary of that. So from that, you can go to this tab area here where it says monthly, and then click view full schedule. This is what you want to understand, how you can make additional payments, because every dollar paid early will shorten the loan period. So I was so obsessed with this chart, making sure I could find extra money each week because I knew I would shorten the loan. In the first 7 years of having a mortgage, we made extra payments that shortened the loan by 6 years. This means that my 25-year loan was now reduced to 19 years, of which I was already 5 years in. There is no easy mode to paying off a loan. You need money and you need lots of it. Whether you get it from a high paying job or you get multiple income, there is a minimum every week that you have to pay in bills for just keeping your life. And to be able to pay your loan back, you have to go above and beyond that. So how did I pay my mortgage off in 6 years? Well, I didn't. You would have figured out that I took 13 years to pay off a 25-year mortgage loan. However, it only took me 6 years to pay the rest of my mortgage, and I did it using 2 methods. So I used the number 7 on this priority list, investing my money. Instead of putting my extra payments into my mortgage, I invested into an investment property, and a few years later into the stock market in the 2020 stock market crash. This is the plan I used to get me where I am today. I focused on each element in various times of my life, putting thoughts into action and systematically executing a plan for success with the overall target to be mortgage free. This here is the list I recommend to follow if home ownership is your number 1 goal. The first step I did was start working a second and third job. Sadly, if your first job does not have excess money to put into the mortgage, then there is no other way but to increase the number of hours you work within the year to increase your annual income. I ended up working above 55 hours a week to achieve the required amount to buy an investment property. Buying an investment property is an entire video on its own, so I'll put this link up of how I did this around about here. Anyways, just by paying $137 a week to buy this in 2018, I was then able to sell this property later on to contribute towards being mortgage free. The other factor is once you start to think about investing, it leads to the stock market. Most people start with KiwiSaver, and this is how I started too. Eventually, I was learning about stocks every week. So when the 2020 stock market crash came, I had good knowledge on how to buy stocks using a platform called Hatch Invest. That year was the best year I'd ever done, investing into EV companies such as Tesla and NIO. Some of these profits later contributed towards being mortgage free. So this brings us to the question is what actions you can take to pay off your own mortgage quicker. If you're just starting out and one day want to be in a position like me, which is mortgage free, just follow these 8 rules and you'll be well on your way. I promise you that. They are: 1. Track your expenses. 2. Save as much money as possible. 3. Live within your means. 4. Join KiwiSaver. 5. Start investing for a house deposit. 6. No personal debt whatsoever. 7. Buy a house. And number 8, calculate when you can pay off that house. So that's my story of being mortgage free. Thank you very much for watching. And if you watch this video here, it's all about my $100,000 total stock market portfolio if you're interested. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them down below in the comment section. The trading platform I use is Interactive Brokers, Hatch Invest, Stake, and Sharesies for individual companies, and I use InvestNow for index funds. If you want to start investing, you can use any of my referral codes down below to start your own investing journey if you are from New Zealand. And if you want to hear more from me midweek, you can hop over to Instagram. I post there on market commentary and what I'm doing in the market, showing my portfolio, so feel free to follow. Hit like and subscribe if you're interested in videos from someone who is investing from New Zealand. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.